Hey, welcome. Today, we're going to dive into a concept that really separates the good managers from the great ones: inventory turnover. Now, it's so easy to just think of inventory as, stuff on a shelf, boxes in a warehouse. But what you're about to see is that it's actually one of the most powerful, vital signs of your company's health. Okay, so let's get right into the heart of the problem. For so many businesses, stock that just sits there, not moving, is like a silent financial drain. You've got storage costs, insurance, and the huge risk that it all just becomes obsolete. It's a hidden leak that can sink a company. And that forces every manager to ask a really tough question. Is your warehouse a gold mine, just packed with products ready to be turned into cash? Or has it become a kind of graveyard, where all your money is tied up in things that are slowly dying, losing value every single day? Here's a powerful way to think about it. Inventory is just like the blood of a business. It absolutely has to circulate. When it's flowing smoothly, the business is alive, it's healthy, it's vibrant. But the second it starts to pool and stagnate, well, that's a massive warning sign that the business is getting sick. So if stagnant inventory is the symptom, how do we diagnose the problem? We need a tool, right? Kind of like a financial stethoscope that lets us listen to the heartbeat of our operations and get a quick, accurate read on our inventory's health. And that tool is the inventory turnover ratio. It's this simple, really elegant metric that tells you how fast a company is selling its stock and then replacing it. Think of it as measuring the speed of your inventory. How fast is that blood actually circulating through the business? Now, how do we figure this out? Look, it's way simpler than it sounds, because it's the idea that really matters, not the complex math. First, you grab your cost of goods sold. That's just what it cost you to make the stuff you actually sold. Then you figure out your average inventory, which is basically a snapshot of the value of all that stuff sitting on your shelves. You just divide the first number by the second. And that number, well, it tells a fascinating story. And this brings us to the most important part. See, anyone can calculate the number. The real skill, the thing that makes a great manager, is diagnosing what that number is actually telling you. The ratio is just data. Our job is to turn that data into insight, and then turn that insight into action. This right here perfectly illustrates the balancing act you're in. A low turnover, what you see on the left, that's usually pointing to problems. You've got too much stuff, weak sales. That's your inventory graveyard. On the flip side, a high turnover, that's usually a fantastic sign. It means strong sales, efficient management. But, and this is a really crucial but, if your ratio gets too high, it might mean you're at risk of running out of stock and leaving customers empty-handed. It's all about finding that sweet spot between efficiency and availability. Okay, so you've run the diagnosis. What if the number isn't looking so hot? This is where strategy comes into play. We need a manager's prescription, a clear set of actions we can take to get that inventory flowing again and bring the business back to health. So what can you actually do? Well, there are three main levers you can pull. First, don't be afraid to reduce that excess inventory. A smart sale can turn that dead stock back into cold, hard cash. Second, get better at predicting the future. The more accurate your forecasting, the less you have to guess when ordering. And third, get on the phone with your suppliers. Negotiating better terms can seriously improve your timing and cash flow, which directly fuels a healthier turnover. And all of this hard work leads to the big payoff. I mean, why do we care so much about this one little number? Because it's not just some operational metric. It's a direct line to your company's financial performance. It's all about the cash flow. And this slide really brings it all home. Remember that graveyard of unsold goods we talked about? Well, a healthy inventory turnover is how you turn it back into a gold mine. It's simple. Better turnover equals better liquidity. You are converting that stuff back into cash, and you're doing it faster. Cash you can then use to grow the business. Plus, you're slashing all those hidden costs like storage and insurance. This is how you drive real, tangible profit. So, I'll leave you with this. The most important thing you can do now is to take this thinking and apply it. I want you to go back and ask this question about your own business, or maybe a company you follow. What story is your inventory telling you? Is it a story of efficiency and health, or is it a quiet warning sign that needs your immediate attention?